The Institute for Intelligence and Special Operations. That's the official name, but the world knows it by 3 letters: Mossad. For over 70 years, Mossad has conducted some of the most sophisticated intelligence operations in history, operating in regions where gathering information means navigating complex geopolitical landscapes, building networks across continents, executing intelligence missions that require extraordinary planning and skill. With an estimated 7,000 employees and an undisclosed budget believed to exceed $3 billion annually, Mossad is smaller than the CIA or MI6. Yet its reputation for operational excellence and innovation makes it one of the most respected intelligence agencies on Earth. Their motto says everything: where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. It comes from the Book of Proverbs. It emphasizes the importance of gathering intelligence to protect the nation. How does a nation the size of New Jersey maintain one of the world's most effective intelligence services? What methods do they use? And what can we learn from their approach to intelligence gathering and analysis? To understand Mossad, you need to understand Israel's unique strategic situation. The agency wasn't created as a luxury. It was born from absolute necessity. Before Israel's independence in 1948, Jewish communities in British-controlled Palestine faced complex security challenges. They created underground intelligence networks like the Haganah to gather information and provide early warning of threats. When Israel declared independence, it was immediately surrounded by hostile neighbors. The new nation's survival depended on understanding the capabilities, intentions, and movements of potential adversaries. In this environment, intelligence became existential. Knowing what others were planning wasn't just strategic advantage, it was the foundation of national security. In 1949, Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion reorganized Israel's intelligence services. He created a 3-tier system: Aman, Shin Bet, and Mossad. Mossad's first director, Reuven Shiloah, established the organizational structure that largely exists today, but it was his successor who would truly define the agency's character. Isser Harel became Mossad's director in 1952. Despite standing only 5 feet tall, he built an intelligence service with truly global reach. Under Harel, Mossad established networks across Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. The agency recruited sources in countries that had no diplomatic relations with Israel. It forged intelligence-sharing relationships with services worldwide, including some in nations officially hostile to Israel. It developed capabilities for intelligence gathering in environments that other agencies found impenetrable. Harel's philosophy was straightforward. Israel's security depended on knowing what others were planning, disrupting threats before they materialized, and building relationships even in unlikely places. This strategic mindset shaped everything Mossad would become. Mossad's reputation rests on operations that demonstrate extraordinary intelligence gathering and operational planning. Let's examine some that showcase their capabilities. In May 1960, Mossad agents had been tracking Adolf Eichmann for over a decade. Intelligence work placed him living under a false identity in suburban Buenos Aires, Argentina. The intelligence gathering was meticulous. Agents confirmed his identity through surveillance, established his routines, and planned an operation to capture him. They successfully brought him to Israel, where he stood trial, was convicted, and faced justice in 1962. The operation demonstrated Mossad's commitment to pursuing accountability across international borders. In September 1972, the Munich Olympics tragedy prompted Prime Minister Golda Meir to authorize a systematic intelligence operation. For years, Mossad agents gathered intelligence across Europe and the Middle East. The operation established a principle: Israel would pursue accountability for attacks on its citizens through sustained intelligence work. In June 1976, when terrorists hijacked an Air France flight, Mossad's intelligence network swung into action. Within days, they gathered detailed intelligence on the airport layout, security positions, and hostage locations. This information enabled Israeli commandos to plan and execute a rescue operation that saved 102 hostages. The intelligence gathering happened at incredible speed in a hostile environment. It showcased Mossad's ability to rapidly deploy resources and gather actionable intelligence under extreme time pressure. In the 1960s, when Israel faced an arms embargo, Mossad conducted an intelligence operation to obtain complete technical plans for French Mirage fighter jets. This operation demonstrated how intelligence gathering can have strategic, technological, and economic impacts. In September 2007, Israeli aircraft neutralized a suspected nuclear facility in Syria. The operation relied entirely on Mossad intelligence, which confirmed the facility's purpose through long-term surveillance and information gathering. It demonstrated how effective intelligence can prevent threats before they fully develop. So how does Mossad actually work? The agency maintains extraordinary operational security, but some information reveals their sophisticated structure. Mossad operates through 8 main departments. The largest unit, responsible for espionage and recruiting intelligence sources in foreign countries. These case officers build networks of informants worldwide who provide crucial information about threats and developments. Maintains relationships with foreign intelligence services, even in countries without diplomatic relations with Israel. These relationships have reportedly included services in Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and other nations that officially maintain distance from Israel. Plans and conducts covert operations, including intelligence gathering in hostile environments. This unit handles missions that require specialized skills and careful planning, psychological operations, and strategic communication. They analyze foreign media, understand information flows, and conduct influence assessments. These analysts process raw intelligence, identify patterns, produce threat assessments, and brief Israeli leadership on strategic developments. Develop surveillance equipment, secure communication systems, and cutting-edge cyber capabilities. They're reportedly behind some of the most sophisticated intelligence-gathering technology in existence. The Mossad Academy, known as the Midrasha, trains new operatives. Training reportedly lasts 2 to 3 years and includes languages, cultural immersion, surveillance techniques, and advanced tradecraft. Tracks specific individuals and organizations of intelligence interest. They build comprehensive profiles, track movements, and maintain continuous monitoring of priority targets. Mossad recruits from Israeli military intelligence units, particularly from elite special forces. The selection process is rigorous and highly secretive. Candidates undergo psychological evaluation, extensive background checks, and multiple rounds of testing. Recruits learn multiple languages, undergo cultural immersion for their operational areas, master surveillance and counter-surveillance techniques, and learn sophisticated intelligence tradecraft, including secure communication methods. Unlike the CIA, which has tens of thousands of employees in analytical and support roles, Mossad maintains a lean, operations-focused structure where the majority of personnel are actively involved in intelligence work. Mossad excels at human intelligence. While agencies like NSA focus heavily on signals intelligence and technical collection, Mossad prioritizes recruiting human sources with access to critical information. They use deep cover operatives who establish legitimate identities and businesses in target countries, sometimes living there for years while gathering intelligence and building networks. The agency also conducts extensive cyber intelligence operations, developing sophisticated tools for digital surveillance and information gathering. They've pioneered methods for tracking financial networks, monitoring communications, and understanding organizational structures of adversary groups. Raw intelligence is only valuable when properly analyzed. Mossad's research department processes information from multiple sources, identifies patterns and trends, assesses threats, and produces strategic intelligence that informs Israeli decision-making. Their analytical approach combines technical intelligence, human source reporting, open source information, and liaison reporting to create comprehensive threat pictures. Mossad has evolved dramatically in the 21st century, adapting to new threats and leveraging cutting-edge technology. Mossad has become a pioneer in cyber espionage and digital intelligence gathering. They've developed capabilities to monitor communications, track financial transactions, and understand the digital footprints of target organizations. The Stuxnet operation, developed jointly with the United States, demonstrated how cyber tools could achieve strategic objectives without traditional methods. The sophisticated malware disrupted Iranian nuclear centrifuges by exploiting vulnerabilities in industrial control systems. This operation showcased how intelligence agencies are adapting to digital warfare, where information and technology become primary tools rather than just supporting elements. Despite Israel's complex relationships in the Middle East, Mossad has quietly built intelligence sharing arrangements with several regional countries. These partnerships demonstrate how intelligence work can build bridges even when diplomatic relations remain difficult. Mossad also works closely with Western intelligence services. Mossad provides valuable information about Middle Eastern developments, terrorist networks, and regional threats. After September 11, 2001, Mossad's expertise became increasingly valuable to Western partners. Their experience penetrating extremist organizations proved crucial. Mossad helped develop methods for disrupting financial networks that fund terrorism. They've developed methods for secure communication in hostile environments. Mossad's technology department has pioneered surveillance tools that have influenced intelligence work globally. They've pushed the boundaries of what's possible in intelligence collection. Modern Mossad increasingly focuses on predictive intelligence. By analyzing communication patterns, they work to understand emerging threats. Operating an intelligence agency in the modern world presents complex challenges. Balancing operational security with democratic accountability remains an ongoing challenge. How much transparency is appropriate for intelligence work? Mossad participates in multilateral intelligence partnerships. Building trust with partner services while protecting sensitive sources requires sophisticated diplomatic skills. Advanced surveillance capabilities raise important questions about privacy and civil liberties. Mossad operates primarily outside Israel's borders. Modern intelligence must track non-state actors and understand cyber threats. Mossad has adapted by investing heavily in cyber capabilities. These questions don't have simple answers, but they shape how intelligence agencies think about their missions. So what makes Mossad one of the world's most capable intelligence agencies? Its strategic focus combined with operational excellence. Mossad has built an agency laser-focused on intelligence gathering and covert operations. Their success stems from several factors: necessity-driven innovation. Operating with limited resources in a challenging environment forced creative problem-solving and efficiency. Human intelligence focus. While embracing technology, they've maintained emphasis on recruiting quality human sources who provide insights that technical collection can't match. Operational culture. Rigorous training, careful planning, and emphasis on execution create an organizational culture of excellence. Strategic intelligence relationships. Building partnerships with services worldwide, even in unlikely places, multiplies their capabilities. For the global intelligence community, Mossad represents an interesting model, a relatively small service that achieves outsized impact through focus, innovation, and operational skill. For Israel, Mossad embodies a core strategic principle. In a complex and often hostile environment, intelligence provides the strategic advantage that compensates for limited size and resources. The agency has shaped modern intelligence methods, pioneered technologies that changed espionage, and demonstrated how effective intelligence work can achieve strategic objectives. As threats continue evolving, from cyber attacks to terrorism to proliferation, intelligence agencies like Mossad will remain crucial for understanding and responding to challenges before they become crises. The operations will continue, though most will never become public. The methods will evolve as technology advances. And the mission of gathering intelligence to protect national security will remain as relevant in the future as it was when Mossad was founded over 7 decades ago.